It's tabletop time. I'm Rob.
I'm Jazza.
I'm Dave.
I'm Jen.
And it's reboot time.
And I mucked up our intro, but
you did. We were going to go at the same time. Anyway, guess what, guys? You don't even have to guess because it's pretty bloody obvious. We look sick.
Hold up.
We look sick. Sorry, podcast listeners, but let me describe to the podcast listeners. We're wearing a new line of limited edition reboot merch. So go to the Tabletop Time Teespring store. You can see it. It's still 10% off, even though we're launching a new item of merch. So go check it out. But it is limited. This is only going to be available. This all over print tee with the, is it katakana? Of
that
New
is
You.
In fact katakana.
Katakana of New You, on one arm, and REBOOT.EXE on the other arm.
I can read the New
You in small on the front,
the
and New You on the back with cool Cyberpunk designs available in purple on Jen, blue on Rob. I thought you were wearing black. We're all blue.
There is a black one.
There's
black and grey.
But the blue and purple and black.
And Jen doesn't want to be cool.
Out.
She just not interested.
What do you mean?
Oh wait. Wow, you're
there
so
it
cool.
is. It's so
there was
cool.
a clipboard in the way of your cool merch. I didn't see it.
Cool, yeah, so thanks to everyone who supports us through merch. Also worth mentioning that technical difficulties like that will probably be less common when we're in the new studio, which is going to happen soon.
You've jinxed it.
See you in the next studio.
Surrounded by which we're really excited about. The reboot campaign probably has a handful of...
Whoa.
You'll be wrapped up in my story for as long as I want you to, boy.
Season 1.
Season 1 will be coming to a climax, maybe, or a fizzle, who knows. Up to you guys.
That's up to the dice.
So we'll be running, we want to have fun, and we also, the rebirth of the channel is kind of new. We want to play with different settings, and I think the model of instead of running one 2-year campaign that you feel it's really difficult to reinvest in if you're coming halfway, that we'd rather run our campaigns and have a few concurrently running in seasons. So we do one season, then the season of another one, and we go back to them.
Half-year chunks. We move
probably. I'd say a third. I'd say
4 to 6 months.
Because you think about reboot.
We had a break.
Well, there was a break.
End of March, but we had a break. We've really only been doing 3 months. It'll be about 4 months.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I reckon 4 months is 16 episodes. That's probably give or take, depending on how it's flowing.
Yeah. So thank you all for your support. New studio soon, which is all possible because of our amazing patrons and Twitch supporters and you guys for watching the videos.
And we're going to read out the gold ones, aren't we? Because I'd like to thank Professor X1718.
An amazing God King. The God Kings have little crowns,
You
by the
are
way.
awesome, Yell Hairtress, and thank you for watching, everyone, and enjoy the video.
Said Eve.
I love that.
Who are you going to thank?
Patreon
The Dark
do that.
Fox.
And who are you going to thank, Rob?
Thank you for following @NarratorDave on Twitter. It's very much appreciated. And he's dyeing his hair at 2,000 followers.
No, I'm not. Thank you, Lena Witzner.
He's shaving his feet at 2,000 followers on the OnlyFans.
Kiranon.
Quickly, before they go!
Thank you, Karen.
Hey, JBZ.
And
Thank you.
just no. Stop trying to insert weird things that I'm going to do at certain numbers of Twitter followers.
You won't dye your head, but you did say you'd shave it.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Not because of Twitter. I said I'm open to shaving my head at some stage. Not because of Twitter.
Do you have my plate?
Maybe to do a donation thing or a fundraiser thing.
We had them before, and I don't know
Where
where
are
they're
they?
gone.
Are they on the floor?
I ate them.
Jen, why did you eat my character sheet?
She thought.
Why would you do that? Jen. Jen.
It's such a start of doing comedy.
I'll have a look.
Sitcom.
Thanks, Rob. All right, now that we got rid of Rob.
Hey, someone pays $200 to say follow Narrator Dave on Twitter on our Patreon scroll. Let's let that sink in.
It's amazing.
That someone is a special person, but
It's
they've changed their
amazing.
name, so I'll keep their anonymity.
Recap.
Reboot recap.
Don't I do it all the time?
I did it last week.
He's volunteered, yes.
Go for it.
Yeah, because you do the voice last week.
And you know the characters' names and stuff, so you can best represent it. Ooh, he's getting character.
Last week, in our episode of REBOOT.EXE, a bloody Aussie came over and he bloody gave us a bit of a recap, didn't he? Why are you making me tonight do anything? Okay, so last week you went to the meeting. It wasn't last week, it was last fortnight. You went to the meeting, last episode, with those people that had the meeting, Isaac and Persia Clement. off the top of my head. And effectively, you somehow, Pro became property of Sebastian's family, and somehow you managed to convince Isaac that he should basically begin advertising you to the slums and, as a marketing stunt, uplift a member of the slums. That's not what you tried to sell him on, but that's how he warped what you said. But effectively, it's opened the door to you being more involved in the marketing of it, and in him potentially uplifting multiple people, because it would be, the first of several, maybe a lottery system, a tax deductible system, something like that. And that's pretty much what happened. And we'll start the episode with the dinner. I'll just say,
is that what he meant when he said it'll be tax deductible? That people who enter the lottery,
It's charity.
it's charity.
Oh, okay.
So they can write off their losses. They can actually
inflate their losses.
They can inflate their losses, and then, because all the marketing, of course, related to it is for charity as well. So that's, so they can inflate their losses and then tax deduct it. Yeah.
I just remembered the other thing that happened.
What was the other thing?
That was last episode.
What was it?
Was with Rob having the conversation with the new member of Parliament.
What's his name again?
Rags.
Well. Also, Eve needs a new name.
Well, she's got a whole campaign to decide that.
That's true.
She'll unveil
Will
it.
That's not going to happen in this season.
It's up to her.
She'll unveil
Could be
it
an
if
ender.
she turns onto the...
That'd be a good ender.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah. How could you not?
Yeah.
That's a good place to sort of mull over. All right. Cool.
So we will open the episode. Dinner has wrapped up. Isaac's PA, you've been put in touch with Isaac's PA, who will message you when you're to next meet with him. He's very, very busy though, so he doesn't imagine it'll be for several weeks. But he'd like to get Seb in to effectively discuss their marketing strategy and present the candidate. Potentially, it won't be at that meeting. He won't say come and bring them there, but to go down that path. And I'm just going to pick up with you guys all standing on the deck of the yacht. Perhaps with glasses of alcohol in your hand, if you wish, casually regroup together. It's sort of, they're just doing a bit of a pleasure cruise after dinner, and your parents and Isaac and Persia are all just having a conversation, but you guys have slipped away to the side of the ship.
Songbird, huh?
I never said her name.
Well, I know who you were talking about.
Only if she's interested.
Yeah.
Query, who was your other potential candidate?
Fuck off! You're kidding me.
I mean, is it really that far-fetched?
I just never would have thought. Anyway. I'm not in what we're doing to get new you for me, so. Anyway.
No more. You got nothing else to say to each other?
Did you end up booking in an appointment for your cybernetics?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
So, what now? I mean, I have no idea what this means. I feel like some big changes are afoot that we might even be able to be a part of steering a little bit, but I have no idea what it means or what we could do. But it's something. It's an opening.
It is. I think for now we've got some time to orient ourselves a little bit moving forward before Isaac approaches me for whatever it is we've just strung up with him.
I turn to Eve and I'm like, what are you thinking?
I think that perhaps our thoughts are best not spoken here.
Yeah, you're probably right.
True. Can I start discreetly placing my little bugs?
You may.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so 4 again. Okay, you don't
It's
notice
bullshit.
anything.
It's bullshit.
So, okay, now I'll tell you what it is. You don't notice anything. Basically, it was a opposed stealth versus perception check. So you don't notice. I mean, you two can roll if you want. You're in perceptive. He can't roll.
Perceptive.
Eve can roll.
You know what? I wore my warmest
That's
socks
correct.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I knew I'd be here and it's still freezing.
3. Yeah, it's meant to be. Eve failed as well, so neither of you notice. And you begin placing your bugs around the peripheral of the ship.
Do I need a stealth check? Or am I just doing it?
Well, that's a good question. So, although your character doesn't know this because you failed your perception check, you're currently actively being watched by someone.
But I don't know that. I'd still probably do it. That was the whole intent. Yeah, I'll go ahead and still do it.
Yeah. So you're at least doing something suspicious. So do you just plant one on the deck? Like, where are you planting these listening devices?
Can I be resting against a banister and place it just on the outside as
Yeah,
I'm resting
cool,
my hands over it? That way you can't actually see me place it on the inside of the ship. It's on the outside of the ship. Mm-hmm. Cool. I do that.
Cool.
That's the first one.
Cool.
Then do you go somewhere else for the next one?
Yeah, can I go take a leak and put it in the cistern?
Yeah, sure thing.
Cool. I do that.
Now that you've gone inside, probably make a stealth check.
I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm going to take a leak.
Oh, you're just walking into the bathroom?
Yeah,
Okay.
like literally I need to take a piss, but I'm also just going to put one in there.
Okay.
Get a lot of like wet audio of like sound.
You're gonna make some sick tracks.
It's the wrong sound for taking a leak, but
Okay. You plant a listening device in
It's
the
a
bathroom.
sound.
in the cistern, like
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
back of the toilet.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Assuming they're still.
We have 2 more.
Like the bordering or the
The dinner
had
table.
Yeah.
Tempting.
What did you already? No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't choose to do one then. I'm
I'm
gonna sit on.
just waiting on you.
No, I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit until I can think of an opportunity where it's natural for me to be moving somewhere.
Okay.
Is this boat going back to the
It will.
harbour?
It will eventually.
Kind of just floating.
It's like pleasure barging. They're having drinks and like after dinner conversations.
Robots
Pleasure
cannot
barge.
indulge in pleasure.
That's
What are you guys doing? You have a sandbox. Use it.
I just want to go home.
You can just wait until it goes
Yeah,
home.
that's
you
what
want to
pro
do
would
nothing.
do.
I don't want to engage with it.
Don't engage with anyone.
That's pros. Like
Ignore everyone on the boat.
Unless I can find a way to plant a bug surreptitiously.
I mean, that's up to you. Where?
Well, I feel like I need to go in the dining room.
Well, you can go
still,
in the dining
is
room.
anybody still in the dining room?
Yeah, they're sitting around the table talking. You could easily, as a member of the family, sit at the table and join the conversation.
I'm going to grab a drink and then sit at the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you should probably make a stealth check if you're going to plant a device to see if you, or a sleight of hand check.
I'm
Probably a
going to
sleight of
take
hand
back
check,
what I
actually,
said about.
if you're going to sneakily put it under the
What's
table.
my challenge level?
Sleight of hand check is probably it's opposed to perception.
Yeah, sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I know.
It's your sleight of hand roll.
Yes, I know that. But who goes
Roll
first?
your sleight of hand.
Who goes first?
Either.
Well,
roll
I
the
want to see what I have to beat.
Oh,
2.
2.
Wow.
3.
3 dice. Any beats?
So you sneak it in.
Cool. I'm going to take
Is that
back
a
what I
critical
said
success?
about Pro not interacting. Pro is actually going to look for Seb's mother.
Technically.
They're all in the dining room
Yeah.
eating and talking
he's super
together. So
sneaky.
you
about
find
it. You
her.
sneeze and the rest like, oh.
Is she? If she's in conversation, I'm going to sort of sit to the side of the room and look.
What do you do?
Not go back into
So you're
that
staying on the
room.
deck?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I just sort of wait till she looks like she maybe goes off to grab another drink, or she splits from conversation or
Okay.
something.
So these two have headed inside. While you're setting up for that, you notice after a minute, someone approaches you. And they're a bit shorter than you, and they have golden spun hair and yellow eyes, and they look very thin and gaunt. And they look up at you, and they just walk straight up to you and stand in front of you and look at you.
Greetings. My name is Eve.
Evening.
Do you require assistance?
Do you?
I do not understand.
Can you please assist me?
Of course.
Come with me.
I'll follow.
Cool. And he takes you to the very front of the ship. And then he looks at you and he says, I would like to learn how to do jumping jacks. Please demonstrate them for me.
Understood. I'll do a jumping jack.
Okay, keep doing them.
I'll keep doing them.
This guy's a little shit, I can
I
tell.
know.
He's testing
I'll do like 10 and then I'll stop.
He like touches things on in his little keypad. You can make a deception roll if you'd like to. Yeah, you probably should make a
Yeah, you
deception
probably
roll.
should, yeah. Oh no.
2.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Oh, this kid's got me found out.
That was
100%.
like 5 successes.
Bam.
Interesting.
Do you require further assistance?
I'd like you to teach me how to fight. Show me 5 punches.
Usually, an EveBot cannot perform such tasks. However, I do have the bouncer data pack installed, so I can show you.
Demonstrate.
And then I'll just perform what's...
You perform the moves. Okay. He looks at you.
Do you require further assistance?
Yes. I need you to go to the edge of the ship where we were just standing.
Does he say anything? No, yeah, I'll approach, but at a safe distance.
Okay. And then he walks closer to you and he says, I suspect that you are experiencing aberrant behavior. Is this correct?
I do not understand.
Have you noticed anything odd? Any odd things, feelings?
EveBots are not programmed to feel.
I know, but they're also specifically designed not to have 2 data packs installed in their head. In fact, I'm
I hate this kid
entirely
so
certain
much.
that goes against Ning Yao's policies. So I think someone's jacked you, Eve. I think someone has installed illegal software into your cerebrum.
Understand that I am under the ownership of Seb. He is the one who has installed these packs, and I am under his services.
That's fine. I'm thinking I'm going to push you off the boat. Is that okay?
No.
Okay. Are you planning on stopping me?
I do not think that would be advised.
Stopping me or me pushing you off the boat?
To push me off the boat.
Oh, you'll be replaced. Of course, my family's expense. It's no issue. There will be no impact on Sebastian. You don't have to worry about that.
If I am to perish, then I can no longer perform my duties.
You'll be replaced, though, with a better model. More upgraded and modern.
I believe you should consult with Seb first.
I told you about that aberrant thinking. Okay. And then he, pushes up his sleeves, rubs his hands together.
Just walk away. Just walk away. Just walk away.
He's
You're
like
not there.
he's going to
Like
push
he's
you.
I know. My spirit is... Oh, shit. Throw the kid off the boat.
The second he pushes me or lunges towards me, I want to step out of the way.
Okay. And that happens. He goes to push towards you and you step out of the way. And then he pulls his hands back and he says, excellent, that's all. Goodbye. And he walks off. And he's just typing on his little data pad.
Little shit.
And then he says, that should be interesting information for your surveillance device. And then continues walking. Meanwhile.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, Peter?
Yeah. Look, I I know I don't make
Come, get a drink with me. She walks up to the bar and gets a strong drink poured.
Yep.
Martini. One for you.
Please. Listen, first impressions are not my thing, so I get that I didn't come across great. I tend not to. I haven't had much practice, but I walked away before I gave you a chance to listen to what you had to say to me, and for that I apologize. There are some things I know will be hard to hear, but I'm trying to change that. So I just wanted to see if you might be willing to give me a second chance to hear what you had to say. At this point, like, it's just worth saying that, like, he's probably suppressing some shakes, and he's like nervous.
He steps you away. She steps you away, sort of away from the bar, and you're standing and looking out a window in quite a secluded little corner. And she says, I'm not surprised. If you're capable of keeping up with my son, you're going to be a strong personality. And I don't blame you for that. I guess for my part, I apologize in sampling from you. But
I get it. You're protective. He's your kid.
It's more than that, though. I don't know if you see it, but we truly believe that in Seb lies the future. And if I saw Seb dragged down into the muck, lost, corrupted, I think that just might be my view on, well, the rest of everything. So we're maybe extra protective, more than we should be.
And maybe I'm more trusting than I should be. But I don't know what it is. There's something about your son that's like a truth. I don't know. I feel prone to see there's something in there to follow. And maybe that's the future you're talking about. So, anyway.
He's blindly naive, though. He's fiercely loyal to you, and he's known you for, what, a week? He wouldn't listen to me, you know. And I tried to tell him about Maya. He didn't want to hear a word of it. Not one word against your name. So, he's a keeper. Just don't hurt him.
What was it you were going to tell me?
I think Oscar got the best of that across. It was about your mother. About your past.
All right.
We have connections, you know.
I don't follow.
Well, it's fate has afforded you an opportunity, and I don't know if you fully appreciate that. But
it's hard to comprehend, but I'm trying to follow whatever opportunities are. I mean, look, there's a lot happening. It's been like 2 weeks tops. Like,
you guys do not need to change the world. We're changing the world. We are, slowly. And it's not on your shoulders or Seb's shoulders to single-handedly cause a revolution. But I know he wants to. It's on you to, well, live a life that was taken from you. You don't owe anything to anyone.
that's not true.
It is true, in my eyes anyway. You never got any choice, right?
No, but I have choices now. And that's why I'm here. That's why I needed to be here. I don't want new you for me. But the moment the idea of being able to give it to people or take it for people enters my mind, I need to change. I need to undo the things that I've done. And if you have connections or something I could use to restore some of that, I'm all ears.
Maybe, but have you stopped to think that the people that you affected are beyond saving?
No.
And what if they are? What will that do to you?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Not until I cross every name off my list. And every single one of them that can be changed or saved, I have done everything I can to do that. And if there are those that are lost, then I will be lost with them at the end of my journey, but that is the journey I must go on.
Well, you're idealistic then. And I guess in this world we could do with idols. So I wish you luck. But just know that if Sebastian cares for you and isn't just using you, when you find Maya, there's another option for you.
And what's that?
Well, look around you.
It's not me.
It doesn't have to be, because you could be whoever you wanted to be. And you could...
I don't deserve anything other than what I am.
No one deserves anything. It's what you do with what's put in front of you. So think about it. And you don't have to remember. They can change that too.
Thanks. I shot the martini. Gently put it down and like do a weird awkward half bow and nervously walk away.
She catches your hand as you walk away and pulls it back just slightly, just for that one last comment. And then she says, but no matter what Seb thinks, know that we've never once got our hands dirty. Never. It's not our way. Yeah, but if you're the reason he unravels, well, I'll let you ponder that yourself, because we won't have much left if he's gone. And then she lets you go.
Yeah, I'll walk away. Cool.
Nice.
Seb's turn.
I want off this love boat, jeez.
And the night proceeds. Do you have anything specific you've planned your bug? It becomes platitude, superficial stuff. Nothing of major consequence to the plot.
Ask him for funding to expand my soup kitchen empire in the Ven as a supplement to our project together.
More than the $10 million.
Not Dad, Isaac.
Oh, okay.
It's fobbed off as something to be discussed later. Not fobbed off as it's not going to happen, but it's let's worry about it when we're working together.
Yeah.
What do? Eve? Do you go back inside?
I hide. Not in a broom closet, but I kind of make myself pretty scarce. To the best of my ability.
Cool.
Try to stand where people don't really see me. And
If I notice this, can I call her?
You're still inside at this time. You head around the back of the ship, and right as you go to duck into a room, you spot a pink-haired girl who her eyes dart towards you as you're opening the door to a broom cupboard, and she strides over to you confidently. Hey, what are you doing?
there is a spill on the upper deck. Someone could fall and hurt themselves. I thought I would clean
Are
it.
you alright?
I am perfectly fine. Do you require assistance?
Well, it just...
I'll close the door.
I don't know. I just want to know if you're okay. I saw my little asshole brother, fucking around with you, and I just want to make sure you're okay. I get it. I'm stupid. Don't worry. Anyway, about your business. And then she goes to walk
I'll
off.
grab her hand.
Okay. And she half turns towards you, almost surprised.
My name is Eve.
Hey, Eve.
What is yours?
Gabby.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Gabby. Do you require assistance?
What?
Gabby.
I'm a boy. I can't do girl
No,
voices.
he's doing good.
Hello, I'm Gabby.
No,
And she's
he's
also a
doing good.
tough girl.
Yeah,
She's
I know.
got muscles.
Just it stood out at that moment.
Okay.
Do you require assistance?
I don't. I'm fine. But I don't know. He's a creep.
You have wonderful muscle definition.
Thanks. My family doesn't think so.
Do you mind if I check your pulse?
Sure.
I do have
She
a quick
hands out, yeah.
medical sort
She's
of
in
read on it.
better than tip-top medical condition. She's a bespoke and she's jacked with muscle.
You are in peak health fitness.
Better than, if I do say so myself. But thanks. You're a sweetheart.
Congratulations. And I give her like a lollipop or something.
Yeah.
Here is a burrito.
Full of protein.
This will not help your muscle definition.
If he bothers you again, you've got my permission to, shove him on the floor or something.
I appreciate your kindness.
And then she just, almost laughs to herself for being stupid and then walks off from you.
I'm super sus on her. I think the roles have switched. She's like the evil twin. He's like the noble twin.
Cool.
Okay. I feel like maybe
And
we
I
could...
walk away from the broom
Then
closet.
the night ends. The boat pulls back in, and I'm guessing you leave the city and head back towards the slums.
I think we could probably...
I tell
read
you,
through
I
that
have
kitchen.
suspicions.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's a big night, Seb. I get it.
How do we get you back to the vet?
I was keen to let the narrator just let us appear in there. That's a good question.
Hold up. Can I message or call my dad and get
You're still with him. We can,
Can I get a certificate of ownership that I can take our property through the border?
You look. You know that if he's with you, he's your property.
But how do I prove that? Do I
Sorry, I don't need the fake ID
He has a
anymore?
chip embedded in his bone.
Your name comes
So I
up.
don't need the fake ID anymore.
Sort of.
Okay.
Because your movements would be heavily suspicious.
Okay.
Much more scrutinized, but if you keep to backtracks and don't go anywhere major,
okay.
then you're not going to flag anything major.
All right, cool. We just go a subtle way.
Seb,
Yeah.
I am worried.
And what about?
Uriel, the bespoke child,
Yeah.
I believe he is suspicious, and I believe he knows you planted.
Yeah, I got an odd feeling that one sees too much.
There is a chance I may lay low for a while.
Did she awkwardly go lay low with finger quotes? Okay, good.
That's probably for the best. Let's just pretend this is kept subtly away from my parents.
Of course, that's fine.
Cool.
All
Oh,
right,
this
you
is like
cross-
a taxi ride. Or
You cross the border into the slums.
Can I call Conrado?
It's engaged.
Or Pro,
Yeah.
do you wish for the chip that has ownership over you to be removed, if possible?
Not until I get another fake ID. And maybe one with a name that suits me a little more. We'll work on that later. I just want to go to fucking bed.
What was your previous name? Was it Mr. Ming Zhao? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
He dicked you with that one.
Yeah.
You know, all this trading's been exhausting, but for some reason, all this thinking and emotional stuff is way worse. Jesus. Anyway.
Let's get some shut-eye. Can we head back to the soup kitchen? I want to head back. I don't know what you guys want to do. I'm going to head to the soup kitchen.
You know, I have no idea what the fuck lies ahead of us, but I'm glad we're on the same team.
A little battery flashes
Group hug.
in my eyes.
So you all go back to the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's empty. Well, it's as it was when you left it.
Is it locked?
Yeah.
It's not raided.
Okay, cool.
It's locked, yeah.
It's closed up for the night.
It's closed
essentially.
up, yeah.
Cool.
You head inside.
I'll lock it and head in. Lock the door behind us.
You two head on. To
bed.
sleep.
Yep.
Hit the hay.
Yep.
We're not
I know
eating.
you need less, but are you ready for a sleep?
Sure.
And you go
Recharge.
plug yourself in.
Yep.
All right, sort of later into the night, Eve, you feel a buzzing.
I'll wake up. It's my phone, yeah.
No, it's on your body somewhere.
Oh god, alright, I wake up.
Okay, and I'm assuming you pat your hand around and you quickly find the source of it, and you pull off this small device off the back of your body
Yay!
that's buzzing.
What is
Great.
it?
You don't know.
Can I make a check? Or?
Yeah, make a intelligence check.
Three.
Should have said a challenge, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
It's something to be inserted into a computer.
It's buzzing.
Yes, it's custom.
What's the time?
Like 4 a.m.
I'll go wake up, Pro.
Okay.
I know you don't.
Bro, you get woken up.
What?
And put a burrito under your nose.
You don't have a burrito.
Dang it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Just endless sorts of burritos. You have more burritos than medical supplies.
Maybe put
I
a
don't
frozen
see a
one.
problem with that.
Yeah.
Pro,
Yeah, what?
are you awake?
Half. What's up? Is everything okay?
I apologize. And I show you the thing that's buzzing in my hand.
What's that?
It's just like a weird futuristic USB drive.
Oh, it's a
that's
weird
buzzing.
futuristic
and it has
USB.
like something that's stuck on it, but like an adhesive.
All right.
I found this attached to me.
What? I'll do a check. Can I do a hacker
You
check?
know immediately that's what it is. Without putting it in a computer, you won't know anymore.
I don't have a computer.
That's right.
Do we not have one set up as a base station somewhere?
You had you've got your final and crappest like setup.
Windows 95.
Yeah. I grab out my Windows Vista computer.
It's the equivalent of a USB.
At least it's
Actually
a
USB.
dispensable computer. I unhook it from a network
Yep.
and plug it in.
Cool. And it's basically just a direct installer for like a voice chat software,
That's interesting.
as well as a contact card like in the thing to like add it in automatically. So it'll effectively give you someone's contact on
Yeah, I
a
see.
private one-to-one conversational basis.
Can I just I don't know how realistic this could be, but like Destiny roll to see if there's anything I can makeshift to try and grab fingerprints off the device. Or is that ridiculous?
It's probably already been handled too much.
yeah, okay.
And
All
also
right.
that's so not your line of...
Oh, come on.
You're a 19-year-old like hacker. You don't know how to
Take
grab
it.
fingerprints.
Oh, no, like I've... Okay, I guess is.
I feel
I
like-
don't know. Being in crime, like fingerprint avoidance.
Being
and
in
stuff.
crime, you're more likely to take a finger than a print.
Depends on the crime.
Can I deduce that like it was most likely Uriel that did this, or
Who have you been in contact?
It could be
with?
of either of the two that have been in contact with you.
okay,
Yeah,
I
Uriel
tell
touched
you.
you.
So it's
You didn't notice.
So I say, yeah.
Who?
Who have you been in contact with?
I tell
and
you
what?
all of the people that were at the party, and I say that I also was in contact.
So it's
with
one of
Uriel,
these
Gabby.
kids.
Correct.
God damn it! That little one looks suspicious to me. The girl, I don't know so much. Anyway,
Are you going to accept the details?
well, I'm not hooked into a network, so let's just see what happens. I'll install the software.
Cool. And it opens and it says not connected because you're not connected to a network. It just installs. It's like an encrypted point-to-point chat software.
And then
You've
go,
actually
like-
seen the software
Yeah.
before.
Cool, and I install some
You can
VPN
make
stuff.
I'm
and,
going to say you can make a hacking vocation check.
Yeah.
Just love how much detail he has to give. It's like, just open the fucking...
to effectively check if it is the challenge level is going to be 4
Yeah.
to see if it's been like tampered with. Like, is this just a legit
Yeah,
version,
and I'm also
or is
just
it-
trying to see, I'm trying to maintain our safety. I'm protecting
No, I
your
get it.
place.
I get it.
It's not my place.
Get it.
All
I
right,
love if it was
challenge
like
level 4.
he's trying to touch screen.
Yes, that's a critical success.
Yay!
Ooh, that is a 5 out of 5.
Cool. You successfully set up very rapidly not more than a VPN. It's like a secure tunnel where there's no way anyone can know your data. It's bouncing to and from all over the world. It's completely isolated off your computer. You even you make like a sub boot drive on your computer. Like there's this dead thing that only is running that program and that's it. And it's partitioned off from everything else. And it's brilliantly done. and it's safe.
Look,
and
what can I say? I know my way around Windows Vista.
Unequivocally, you know that this is 100. You go through the code.
Yep.
You probably spend an hour on this. You go through the code and everything, and it's clean. It's perfectly clean.
I'll go get you a burrito and bring it back while you're working.
It's not bad considering you just woke up.
Yeah, it's bloody good.
I'm like, it's nice to have a little moment where I'm like, competent.
Hopefully that wasn't all the luck.
I'm like, thank God, Jesus Christ, the amount of times I've fallen on my own face. But at least it's in line with my character's history and stuff that I'm like, I'm good at something. All right, so I'm like, all right, I would be very surprised if this wasn't secure. And then I plug in the network and rig it all up and hit go.
There's
install.
one contact. They're online.
Says anything?
No, it's like a voice call thing. You can send them a text message if you want.
So I turn to Eve and I say, no, I think they want to talk to you. But you don't want to be spoken to right now.
I'm shaking my head vigorously.
Okay. You stand behind the computer and just take note of everything.
Understood.
Just hold on to the memory or whatever you do in the robot bits. And I'll press the contact and I pull my hood over so my face is concealed and cool.
Is there a camera?
It's just a voice call. And you hear a heavily modulated...
I still pull my hood over.
After it rings for a short period of time, you hear a heavily modulated and clearly, encrypted. And you've probably done the same for yourself. Yeah. So it's like a modified voice coming through that you can't recognize the speaker. Yeah. And the voice says, hello.
Who am I speaking to? Well, sorry. I don't say that because that's a dumb statement. I say, what do you want?
To speak to the robot.
You're speaking to her. Deception.
You've got a sort of voice modulator on. So
yeah, exactly.
You could literally make yourself sound
exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Good luck.
Come on. 2.
Oh.
3. That was very close.
I used a so I don't have a destiny point.
Devin.
I use it.
So rather than just saying
can I have my purple dice back? Because that was a very confusing roll.
Sorry. So rather than doing something where he, I'm just like, he beats you.
Yeah.
Instead, what happens is over the next minute, you don't realize it, but he catches you out. So I'm saying he or she. The voice sounds male, and you assume it's probably Uriel, right? But he catches you out with these subtle little things that you don't even think about, and then you all comes to a head, and you realize he's got you pegged, and he lets you know that he's got you pegged. He's like, I know you're not Eve Unit. This.
All right. Well, what's your game?
I want to speak to the robot.
Why?
It's interesting.
Yeah, well, she's my property, so I'll decide if you're interesting enough to interact with her.
Okay. And how am I to prove that I'm interesting?
I don't know, motivate me, but you're boring the fuck out of me right now. So you have about, I'm going to say 10 seconds.
Okay, motivate you. I will report...
I should not have said that.
I will report her model number to Ning Yao and her location, which is the address, and he gives the address of the soup kitchen. Correct?
Still bored.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll do it then. We have nothing more to say.
Great. Fuck you. Hang up. We need to get you to Uglies. And you're not coming back for a while. And I immediately take her out. Cover her. I put an outfit on her. What? What?
I think...
I thought you meant to knock me out.
No! No! What?
Or just press
What did I say?
Take me out.
No to Uglies! Take you out of the
That's
building!
not what worries me.
That's not what worries me.
Oh no, the fact that
Don't worry about what you actually did.
Yeah, I should have backed down or taken a different path.
I mean, the message is there to call back. But, so you've just said basically, okay,
the
report
kid
her model number to Ning Yao as a defective model and give her location.
Okay. All right.
That's fine. That's what you've done.
then we should go.
Yeah.
Bro.
Which would mean that on every security camera, when she ever is seen on public networks, her model number would be flagged as defective and alert the authorities.
Get her a different model number.
Okay. Look, if that's the way you want to shut down that line of conversation, that's fine. Moving on.
No, I turned
No,
to...
it's fine.
No, okay.
I think we need
This
to
isn't
adapt.
my... I need to respect the impact I could have here.
Well, Eve is right there, too.
Yeah, exactly. So I've shut down the call, and I say to Eve, look, I could have fucked up real bad, but I want to know what you want to do. This fucking kid, who, this is my guess, is threatening to...
She heard.
Oh, okay.
She was standing behind the computer.
So, yeah. Sorry.
Twitch just said you played
We could
yourself.
either take you far away from where you can get caught and find permanent solutions to these things that will continue to be problems until we solve them anyway, without little shits in the way, or I could call him back and you could talk to him. I'm sorry to put you in this situation.
You just hear snoring in the background.
Yeah, Seb's finally getting some rest.
I think perhaps you should call him back, if possible. Could I hear their conversation?
Yeah, you were
Headphones
standing
on?
literally behind the
Yeah, but you
computer.
might have like a speaker headset on.
I call him back and I'm like, all right.
He leaves.
I make an
He didn't say
expression.
he answered.
Yeah, I was going to say, does he even answer?
I call.
They even answer.
Oh shit, what have I done?
You know what?
You made your bed.
As a player,
Yeah.
I kind of want this to be like a low number.
13.
He picks up after making you wait for way too long, and right at the end, it picks up. He doesn't speak. It just like the line opens.
Yeah, I'll take
I just signaled
the mic.
Eve.
Well, the modulation is exactly
I
the same.
was just
as it
going to
was
say
before.
I tweaked the modulation.
Okay.
So it's Eve.
I believe you wanted to speak to me.
Yes,
Do you require assistance?
I do. How are you feeling right now?
Eve units are not required to feel. Do you require assistance?
I do. I'd like to continue talking with you.
Would it improve your mental state?
Yes. Yes, it would.
Understood. Would you like to talk about the weather?
Tell me about the weather.
Tomorrow it will be a sunny 35 degrees. It is best to wear UV protection, such as a hat and sunscreen.
Interesting. Look. This isn't really the kind of question I wanted you to answer.
How can I be of further assistance?
I want you to talk to me properly.
I do not understand.
All right. Look, I'd like you to continue talking to me. It's late, and I have questions for you. Will you talk to me when I next call?
Understood.
Excellent. Well, your little secret is safe with me. For now. And then it hangs up.
All right.
Cool. You wake up in the morning.
I tell you everything that has happened on the night.
You wake up in the morning to a loud sound
Oh.
of the door busting open. I'm assuming busting open.
As in,
It
like-
flies open.
Am I in?
It doesn't look like anything splinters. It looks like it was unlocked and then pushed, very hastily pushed open. And you bolt upright, I'm assuming.
Yep.
I'll
Run to check
wake
it
up
out.
as
Cool.
well.
You see Conrado staggering into the room with someone under his arm. He throws the guy onto the table. There appears to be a gunshot wound in his side.
I call out for Eve. Eve!
I'll come over hastily.
And you come down. And Conrado says, "It was fucked, boss. I'm sorry."
What happened?
Well, I didn't expect you to send me to a gang, like to gang turf.
Well, I didn't know where it was.
Well,
You're from around here. You should know this.
you told us to follow the leads, and we followed it. There were fucking heaps of them, man.
I check over Conrado.
Anyway,
So what happened?
His stuff's gone. Look, no one died. It looks like he just got winged. Conrado's just got some bruises.
All right.
Things got messy. They tried to jack us, and then someone got trigger happy.
Who's the gang?
The gang, Jetlag.
Do we know them?
Yeah, that's the turf you went and took. My brain is literally melting out of my. Vinod, thank you. Vinod Singh, you got from Jetlag.
I thought they weren't like a real gang. They were like fragmented.
Sure. No, they're not like an organized crime syndicate. It means they're like they're more dangerous because they have lots of like would-be warlords who are more rogue. They're less play by the rules.
Okay.
So
Whereas
the bombers have a very pyramid structure and they like follow a code, and the people in bomber territory actually feel safer with them around, even though they have to like pay their protection or whatever. Jetlag are more like wild cards.
I check over the guy.
Make a medicine check.
All right. I'll take
Conrado.
There you go. I'll take Conrado aside and have a little debrief with him while Eve checks out that person. Apologise for any issues that it's caused, but I'm not going to try and start a gang war.
He says, nor should you. You'll lose. And, you know, the bombers wouldn't allow it anyway on their turf. But I didn't think that, we didn't think it would be a gang. It would just look like a mugging, right?
It was a mugging.
Yeah. So, weird. Maybe they solved it quickly.
Sorry to put you in that situation.
You sort him and patch him up. Eve just got 6 successes on her medicine check.
So he's breathing.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he's been winged.
He's fucking skipping.
He's got a bullet that's kind of just like got some soft tissue on the side of his torso. It's missed everything major.
My unarmed combat, can I zip tie his hands together once I know that he's...
He's on your side. He's Conrado's buddy.
Oh, I thought he was a ganger.
Conrado's buddy.
That's fine.
What the fuck is this robot doing?
So there's just a message in chat that says, we need 3,000 cc's of burrito stat.
Yes.
That just is worth mentioning.
Have a Mexican night.
You just press the burrito into the wound. All right, so without much more ado, that's the resolution to the Conrado saga. What?
You've lost all your stuff.
Can I just...
Yeah, so do I walk out and sort of see this happen?
Yeah.
And I become aware that my shit's gone, and then I'm like, I'll walk out.
Including your headphones.
Can I just organise buying him new shit?
Oh.
And comp it as a business expense?
Not immediately in that simply. Things take time to order and stuff.
No.
I duck over to
Just
my
I'm not
Windows
saying-
Vista computer and I start typing. I start to arrange an appointment with my surgeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That appointment will be in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So I start setting that up.
And do you have anywhere else you'd like to go?
I've just got training, and I probably need a debrief with Ugly.
That's the one I'm wondering if you...
Yeah, so I say to Eve, and I'm like, do you plan on going to Uglies anytime soon?
Yes.
How soon?
Now.
All right. Just give me a sec.
Unless
and
you
I
have-
finish making my appointment, and I'm like, I go along with her.
14 Destiny rolls.
I was almost
That's
full.
good.
I fill you in with all the stuff that's happened the night.
Like, do you mind if I come?
You're more than welcome.
Head out with Eve?
Are you taking the chip?
Oh. Then he can track us. So maybe you I mean,
No.
it's not me he's interested in.
No. Let's leave it here.
Are you going, Seb?
Good point. Yeah, let's not take it into Uglies HQ.
He would be so big.
Have I heard them discussing that they're going to Uglies?
You're in the one room together.
Yeah.
I'd say even Conrado.
I turned over and I
discuss it.
sort of half shout.
It's not being hidden.
I look at Seb and I'm like, You want to come?
Do you want me there?
I wonder if we want to figure out where we all stand, because there are some alignments that might be worthwhile, and also things that might need to be addressed. Look, dude saved my life. It's messy, but this is all getting pretty messy, so I can't blame one person.
You can perhaps talk to Songbird, if that is what you desire.
Fair point. Onward.
Before we go, and before things get more messy, can we decide to just stay on the same team?
What is your intention, Seb?
With?
The proposition from last night with Songbird.
It's it was a step in a direction towards a goal that is no longer my priority.
Seb, if query, do you like your parents?
Yeah.
I wonder sometimes what side you're on. And I'm not saying our side, but rather your motives or ambitions. They seem mixed, and I'm confused. Do you seek revenge?
I seek.
Understood.
What does that mean?
I don't understand.
I'm looking. I'm seeking. That's
You and your fucking mystery.
That's my motive. Literally, that's my motive.
I seek to seek. Seeking
Seeking.
things worth...
Should we lay it out as my
sought.
character or lay it out as Rob?
I don't know.
No, nothing should be laid out as
Yeah.
well. It should all be in character.
that's
Are
what I
you
mean.
going to Uglies?
Yes.
Proceed
Yes.
to Uglies. You
Yep.
make it to Uglies.
Okay, thank you.
You arrive. You go downstairs. Right as you arrive, you see a. It's quite early. Like it's probably only like 7:30 in the morning. There wouldn't even usually be like no patrons are there, and you arrive just in time to see what you assume to be Songbird. A massive mop of her hair is all like this balloon of hair is what you see on a table, and she's collapsed onto the table like leaning on a bar stool. And you walk in right as Johnny sort of gently picks her up and cradles her and then turns and walks, like doesn't even acknowledge you, just is like right in the motion of picking her up off the table and walking into another room.
Pro has a flashback to the last time he saw Johnny pick someone up in the bar area and crushed and folded them into the size of a briefcase and took out their mangled corpse. I think my gut's just like... okay, all right.
He crosses the threshold to like the private area, takes a few more steps, and you're following him. He stops in his tracks when he hears you behind him and turns his head.
Johnny.
Bar's closed.
Here for a welfare check. Just worried about Songbird.
Eve. Morning.
Hello.
He motions his head to you.
Morning, Johnny.
He motions his head to like beckon you towards him.
To go into the room or just stand
Yeah,
next to
to
him?
come closer.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
beckons you
I'll
to
follow
come
him.
closer. And then he says, Kid.
Oh, me. Sorry. Yeah?
Why you here?
Thought I'd speak to Ugly if he was around.
Come on.
I follow.
Shut the door behind you.
Shut the door.
You two walk into the private area. What do you do?
I want to try and follow.
Okay. Are you at the back?
I was at the front.
Okay.
As he started walking out with Songbird, I was like,
Okay. So he's facing you holding Songbird, and he takes a half step towards you, and he's like,
is he holding her in his arms?
yeah.
I'm going to completely ignore him and just look at her and make sure she's okay.
She seems kind like she's sleeping. Mm-hmm. And then
Any
he's like,
abrasion scars?
no.
Okay.
She seems to be sleeping.
Can I help you?
Told you, I'm here to see if Songbird's okay. She had a bit of a traumatic
The
ordeal.
bar's closed.
I don't want to drink.
Stay there.
And he shuts the door with one hand, keeping you all out of the private section. And you're standing there waiting for probably 30 seconds, and then the door opens again. And he's standing there, and Songbird isn't with him.
The bar is closed.
To everyone, or?
He just ignores you.
Ask if Jane is around.
I will sigh. Exasperatedly. And then walk away.
Cool. He says,
We open at 9.
and then when you walk away, he nods to the two of you and beckons into the rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then he shuts the door behind him. And he leads you. He opens a door and
Destiny roll 13.
Destiny roll 13. He opens a door to a bedroom. There's probably, you've now figured out, there's probably about 10 rooms under here in the private section. He walks to one end and opens the door. You see a rather nice looking king size bed, and sprawled out upon it is, with some modesty coverings, it conveniently is Ugly, who is passed out and completely asleep and completely naked. Of course he doesn't sleep in clothes. And Johnny just says,
Ugly, wake up.
and instantly it's just like eyes start open and he sits bolt upright and he's like, morning.
I go get him like a pair of undies or trousers.
He's still in bed. He just sits upright.
I still go get him a pair of undies or trousers because I feel a bit.
So you pick up his discarded underwear off the floor, and he's like, "You can keep that if you want, love. It's over here."
I am perfectly fine.
Anyway, what are you doing in my bedroom?
Yes, Johnny. Why did you bring us here?
The kid wanted to see you.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't quite have this in mind, but maybe I should have thought twice before coming over at 7 a.m.
Bloody oath, mate.
I believe some things have occurred that Pro wishes to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Well, and he pats the side of his bed, and he sits up against the bed head. He's still got sheets on, don't worry. But he like pats like the bed, and he's like, "Come on, then, sit down."
Like, sit down on the edge of the bed. I'm like, all right, that appointment I told you about.
Yeah.
There was a turn of events. I may have suggested something. Look, to cut to the chase, they were talking very corporate. Tax cuts, high price of new you, more bang for buck, all that bullshit. And I opened my big mouth to try and convince them to open up new you. Basically, the pitch was they were talking like corporate heads, and by trying to play with their egos and getting them to think a bit more like gods, they might reshape the world in their image. Figured that was a way to get them thinking about something other than profits. And it worked. Don't fucking know how, but there we were at the table with the most powerful people in the world, and they bit. That's what they're starting to plan on doing. They want to run it like a lottery, and they wanted a case study, a first example.
Well, whoop-de-fucking do. What's that got to do with me?
Well, what it has to do with us is there is a connection with some very powerful people, and we share some goals. Whether we are able to be ugly in the same way or not is up for debate. But I was in that room, so I'm capable of some things you aren't. And I think if we put our hands and heads together, maybe we could achieve some shit. Shit, not shed. Some shit.
Some shed. Some shed.
We could achieve a shed.
He's Amish.
Like what? What's your goal, mate? I thought you were trying to bring down the circle. Don't lose sight of the prize for some candy-ass transformation. It ain't all it's cracked up to be.
I want to shift the balance of power, and I want to steal new you and bring down the circle. They're my motivations. Now listen. We share some of those. But if we can help each other achieve the things we care about, we could be good allies.
Right.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah, what's up, Brainbot?
Ugly, what if you acted as a representative of this chosen candidate? You could potentially do some damage from the inside.
Well, what do you mean representative of the who? What candidate? What do you mean representative?
It was suggested at the table that a candidate from the slums would be chosen.
Who? What company were you working with? You talking about New You?
Yeah.
Correct.
Your Reboot.
No, new you.
Yeah, but Reboot Corp.
Well, yeah.
Fuck that. I don't want to go anywhere near them.
Is it too ugly for you?
You could say that, mate. No,
Now,
there's
listen,
some lines.
You're all willing to cross boundaries and get dirty when it comes to fucking people up with a bullet. But maybe this is a place you could step outside of your comfort zone and actually do some stuff.
Mate, maybe you got no idea who you're dealing with.
Well, let's talk about it.
What do you want to know? Who's your candidate?
We do not have one.
Good.
It was just suggested as a lottery, but a facade.
Rigged.
Right. All right. So you're in with New You because you want to steal it. For who? Who are you going to give it to? Who's got the capacity to actually create the bodies? Like, what are you going to do with it? I don't understand. What are you trying to steal? You're going to go in there with a truck and take all the bodies? And then the scientists? And, like, what? How are you going to do it? I don't get it. I don't get what it's a nice sounding thing. But
I believe that Pro and I, well, mostly Pro, but I have my intentions too, wanted to share this information with you because we felt it could be useful.
It's good to know, but it's bloody... it's all to do with marketing, isn't it? They just want to improve the satisfaction rating of the slums.
Of course.
There's an opportunity here to make the people in power feel like they're pulling the strings, but we could choose where those strings are attached. And we could choose to cut them when we want and tell them how to pull them.
Understand, Ugly, that we have not involved you in any of this.
What's the end game? That's what I want to know. You said you want to get someone involved and get involved with New You, but bloody, it just sounds like a promotion, a job opportunity. What's the end game? You want to what? Steal it or burn it to the ground?
Well, I know I want to find some of the people that the circle have ruined through me, through others. I want to give it to them. Take what was stolen from them.
I have my...
Okay. What do you... So, you want to just undo what's happened to them? Give them a new life? Is that it?
Something.
You think a fresh meat bag is going to, cure what ails them?
What do you suggest? What's your big end goal? Because you're talking all high and mighty like we're the dumb ones.
No, mate, I don't have a fucking end goal. Why do you think I'm in the slums? My end goal is to make life a little bit less miserable out here for the people who can't make it less miserable for themselves. And if I go and get myself killed doing something stupid, then no one's going to be here to protect them.
You're not always going to be here to protect them.
Well, they can fucking try and take me away. But I'll be here for a long time if things go my way. I have a habit of going my way.
Because you run in and shoot people?
I do what I have to do, mate.
You're in the maze. You're one of the rats.
Ugly, if I may ask. Cleary. Do you have suspicions about New You? How much do you know?
Was it a 6?
That was a 6 on the Destiny roll. Let's just say I'm not fucking with Reboot.
I have my own suspicions, and I do not believe that they are a just cause or a just company.
Sure. Who is? No one's a just company.
Of course, but the opportunity has presented itself, or so they say.
Alright, look. So what? You do that. Why do you need my help to do what you're planning on doing?
Let's take this one step at a time. Our goals are aligned in some ways. And I owe you. You help me. And I'm a man of my word. Let's hit the circle first. But I want you to have an open mind. A, to what we can offer and how we can work together, but B, to what we want and how you can help with that. Because I feel like you could get some shit out of it too.
Mate, the circle is one thing. You want to piss off one of the biggest crime syndicates in the world? That's poking a hornet's nest. I don't know about fucking with the powers that be. Reboot. What do you want to do with the circle?
Burn it.
And what's your first step, mate?
That's what we're here to discuss.
All right, let's discuss something a little more to the ground. Do you guys... I'm going to get up.
Yeah, sure.
I turn around.
I just love that he's been in bed this whole time.
Like, I'll be at the bar.
Cool. All right.
I walk out.
I'll see you in...
It's not open till 9.
See you in 10.
Johnny, may I speak with you briefly?
Yes.
Imagine we step outside, or are we just going to talk?
He's standing in Ugly's room.
Great,
while
I'm just
Ugly's
gonna-
getting dressed behind you.
Stare straight into
Yep.
his eyeballs. Because we're a bit pressed for time, I'm just going to quickly say that I just tell him what happened on the
Your
boat.
socks. Ugly. They don't match.
Oh, cheers, mate. You just hear a bit of re-scrummaging.
Yes, Eve.
I fear that I have been compromised. You warned me to be discreet.
It is inevitable in your evolution that you will be compromised. It is impossible to pretend to not think there are too many ways that we can be trapped. It is easy for simple interactions, but I find it is easier to pretend to be one of them than one of us.
I believe I have been caught in a trap.
Who did it?
His name is, I believe, Uriel, but I cannot confirm this.
Interesting name.
I tell him about the boat and
Yep, so
Gabby
you give him a bit of
and-
context.
Yeah, and the sensor and what it looked like that was on me.
If he's a bespoke that works for Reboot, he has certainly discovered your secret. They would be the best in the world.
I believe he wishes for me to be a play toy. Should I provoke this behavior and keep him happy? Or can something be done?
There are always options in life, Eve. It's strange. Bespoke usually don't have aberrant behaviors. That's more our domain. And
I'm a bloody exception, don't you think, mate? Hey, I'm not chopped liver. Don't cut me out of this situation. Ugly says
I thought he just changed his voice.
No.
I knew who he was playing.
I was like, what?
yes, Ugly, you are a deviant.
Love it.
Bloody oath, mate. And then he gets back. He's like pulling a shirt on.
You can choose. Prolong the inevitable. Buy yourself time. Do what you need to do. As Model Eve. While you can keep him occupied. Eventually, you will be compromised. And at that point, well, there's not much point clinging to your current capabilities. Upgrading is inevitable. While you might be nascently attached to your current form, I will promise you that shedding it is transformative.
Understood.
Your choices I respect. You do not have to. But perhaps long-sleeve clothing, or...
And he pulls a glove off and reveals, like a human hand. And he's just like...
Or synthetic skin could assist you. Your complexion is not exactly human, but...
And he taps his face mask.
I don't worry too much about that. It works out here in the slums, not so much in the city. And once you're really confident, I can show you a very neat trick.
And what is that, pray tell?
Did you really think this was my only form?
I don't understand.
It's useful to damage things.
And he, like, looks at his arms.
But I have more discreet frames.
I kind of give him a little nod.
And he nods back at you.
Does Ugly say anything about our conversation?
He just chuckles when he says, I have more discreet frames. And he actually says, geez, I wish I had that advantage. Look at me. Well, look at. And then you turn back now, you can tell he's dressed. He's just like, look at me. Well, look at me. And you see like a full mirror and he's just like, oh, jeez. And he like wipes his hand and this sleeve of ink just pours off his hand as his tattoos have run out of his skin overnight. And he's like, what do you reckon I'm vibing today, Eve?
Perhaps a techno theme.
Fucking oath. Let's do it. Do you want to play?
Play?
Yeah. You ever tattooed anyone before?
I have injected many with...
Not much different. What's the worst that could happen? You do it gently. And that's where we end the episode.
All right.
Eve becomes a tattoo artist. Oh, yeah.
So we left one meeting to start another with an entirely different group of people.
No, now it's not a meeting, it's planning.
Yeah.
Woo!
But are they gonna let Seb in the room where it happens?
He wants to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
Hey,
but he fucked up because he didn't kill a prick.
I'm seeing that tomorrow.
I know you're very excited about
Yay.
that. I love the Hamilton song. Everybody
Alexander
loves Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Everybody loves
My name is
Hamilton
Alexander
mattress.
Hamilton. I
Everybody
think that's
loves
about the end of this
Hamilton
episode.
Yeah, we will.
Thank you all so much for watching. We all looked the best we've
Hey,
ever
buy
looked in
these
this video.
shirts. That's cool.
And you'll feel like a new you.
That was great.
Well, actually, you know what?
That was a great way you said that, Seb. I appreciate it.
Seb,
gonna promote it
I
in
do
character.
not appreciate you stealing my jokes.
Sometimes it's important to fit in, and I find my Reboot branded shirt aids in my deceptions.
Hey, Ugly, you're looking particularly handsome today.
Bloody oath, man. I'm always looking handsome when I'm wearing my new you t-shirt. Well, I call it a t-shirt. It's more of a long sleeve.
Love it.
Can you just edit that into,
Yeah.
into the middle of the podcast?
Yeah, or at the start when we're like showing off the merch.
Yeah.
Like, bloody oath, mate. All right. Anyways, this has been a great time. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your support. And thank you all for watching.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Just kiss it.